In this video tutorial, we'll be looking at the structure of lipids. Okay, lipids, like carbohydrates, are only made up of 3 different types of atoms. We've got carbon, we've got hydrogen, and we've got oxygen. Now, unlike carbohydrates and proteins, we wouldn't describe lipids as being polymers. Okay? The reason that we don't describe them as being polymers is because they're not a repeating chain of the same thing, a monomer. They're actually made up of 2 things. Okay? In order to make a triglyceride, which is a lipid, you actually need some glycerol and fatty acids. And because it's a triglyceride, we need 3 of them. So if we look at the structure of a triglyceride, the first thing we need to be able to do is to draw glycerol. So glycerol has 3 carbon atoms, surrounded by hydrogens, and 3 OH groups, or hydroxyl groups. Okay, so that's glycerol. Fatty acids are hydrocarbon chains, and we can draw the hydrocarbon chain in shorthand as a zigzag line. Okay, so here we've got 3 fatty acids, but what is important about them is what they have on this end, which is a carboxylic acid group. So that's C, double bond O, OH. Okay, here we go, C, double bond O, OH. And here we've got C, double bond O, OH. Okay, so you should be able to see here already where the condensation reaction is going to take place. It's going to take place between the 2 hydroxyl groups, and we want water coming off. So here we've got H2O, here we've got H2O, and here we've got H2O. So it's a condensation reaction. So we release 3 molecules of water, and then again we have to draw out our large structure. So this time what we've made is we've made a triglyceride. And we can just copy this structure from above. So again, we've still got 3 carbon atoms. Here we've got the oxygen, carbon, and then double bond with that oxygen. Here again, oxygen, carbon, double bond oxygen, oxygen, carbon, double bond oxygen. Okay, so there we have our triglyceride, which is our larger unit that we've made. We've released 3 molecules of water. We just have to now label the bond. So this is the new bond that's formed. So here we've got 3 new bonds, so we can note them, and the bonds in lipids are called ester bonds. So what else do we need to know about lipids? Well, we need to know that there are 2 types of lipid. There are saturated and unsaturated. A lipid which is saturated with hydrogen, and that means we only have single bonds. An unsaturated, sorry, not lipid, fatty acid. In an unsaturated fatty acid, we have the presence of double bonds, at least one of them, okay, which gives us a different structure. So we tend to find that saturated fatty acids are found in animal fats, and that they're solid at room temperature. With unsaturated fatty acids, they tend to be plant lipids like oils, so plant-based, and they tend to be liquid at room temperature. Okay, what you now need to do is you now need to look at this information, and you now need to try some questions on lipids.